Or you just go Warrior Trickster, and then you go invisible. I mean, it's not bad, and you out-farm, but you have Galio over the top. Smolder comes in for Jackulov, and I think that's fantastic, because now you can flap over walls in a very...
TP bot side should pick this one up. Those just got popped. They're going for this dive. Oh my days, Jackie's just dead. Taeyun gets traded 1-for-1. The AD carries pick each other apart. The wave will still be lost by Jackie. So it is that little bit even. Of course, Jackie now down.
But they do end up spotting them there. They know the red buff is basically not theirs. But what I was just saying there is that basically Taeyun and Vampire was stacking around the minion that Jackie was queuing. And he got 3 stacks instead of just the 1, like 2 or 3 times on screen now. And his stacks, early on, going to be higher than they should be. Jackie's now going to be stopped from getting back towards lane, but they can get Karis instead.
Oh, Karis, I'm not sure about that one. More seismic shove, Dawning Shadow. Actually, good to keep him alive for a second. Monkey over the wall. Might not find an angle, but of course, Kanabi finds their way in. Karis somehow picks up Smolder? How on earth did that happen? Cream flashing on forwards. Should be able to get Karis here. The Curse of the Black Mist prevents easy autos for a second or two. Taeyun, though, getting a lot of damage down. But the Nimbus Strike picks up another. Ends up being more for top esports in the grand scheme of things.
And Monkey doesn't have an ability to cross the wall. His ult's wrong out. He might be able to get hung with the last E, but he's flipped back over the shoulder, and he can't finish the kill. Top Esports smashed WE through the bot side of the map.
I don't believe that Jackie might have died at the beginning of that, and I got worried for a second.
The old one was way better with that.
True.
So sadly, I think that one's been downgraded. Aris has no flash. Han does. That's a dead Talia.
Yeah, well, how about that for a walk as Hun comes crashing on down, and it is a death row walk that time around as Karis goes down to the collapse of top esports.
I mean, you could look for a fight here. I don't know if you win it, by the way. Taeyun was heading down, but in a 3v3 with...
my Monkey.
It was, because I think he thought... I mean, I thought that was going to land, but ends up missing. Dragon's going to go over, and I think, folks, this may be a bit of a swan song for WE. I don't think they end up winning if they give up this kind of dragon.
Globals. Last embrace wide. The Chew comes on down. Jackie gets hit by an auto. Find the piercing darkness as well, but again, it's different. It's about 1,000 gold worth of stats. So if you want to add on that, we've got a dragon happening. So they're going to have teleports in from top esports. We'll see exactly how this one goes. It would be second dragon for either team. Herald just got summoned mid.
It is, and Galio can go into the play with the ultimate too, whereas 369 will take a little bit longer to come in. This Herald won't kill the tower, but it will push the wave in, which is of course very important. Jackulov will be able to take that one.
Trapped out of this play.
And actually, Jackulov gets level 11 here. I'm not sure Taeyun will be able to get this. So second level of Smolder ult, not second level of Senna ult.
No matter right now.
Oh, the missed
Dawning Shadow comes across, keeps people alive. Now WE begin to try and turn this one around, is trying to keep people in, but the Olaf in the backline with the Galio all on top of them. He keeps a Ragnarok and rolling. Monkey just about alive. Dawning Shadow, piercing darkness over the wall, keeps him topped up. It's a crazy fight, but in the end, it's top esports who lose more members.
Cream misses the ultimate. He flash ults and hits no one. An airball from the Annie is the most important player that fight. And WE end up rolling away with the extra HP that they shouldn't have had into a slim fight victory. And of course, the dragon and also the bot lane turret. Big win here for WE.
Cube going to take this tower on the bot side as well. They get the dragon. Couldn't ask for too much more.
Available. The choke points aren't awful for them, especially since Rumble isn't here. If Rumble comes in, then choke points, yes, pretty bad.
Yeah.
That can definitely lose you fights. I will say choke points versus Smolder as well. Not fantastic. Vampire could look for a hook here, but the follow-up with the Talia is not available. And Wukong's happy to sit here and the Weaver's Wall's there, but it doesn't actually stop them getting the wave clear.
Gets some flashes out though, and they'll manage to get the turret as well. The last embrace landing made things tricky. Hero's Entrance comes on top of Monkey, who gets to roll on forward. Kanabi in the backside against Valus. Karis is going low, but look at Monkey on the other side. Brings down the Smolder. It's a messy state of affairs. Top esports trying to blow down a few more people, but a flash out for Vampire. 369 flashing on over. Phase rush. Nimbus cloak speed is good. Can he find another Electro Harpoon, but the hook away. Cube gets out. It's messy. 2 for 2 for 3 as W come away with more.
Great Weaver's Wall from Karis. Initially, I thought it would have summoned us up to Jackulov. No flash, importantly. 203 stacks, so not at 225. He's actually been denied some stacking time, actually, because of that
death, yeah.
Because of that death. Atacom could very much be started up here. Top esports. They do have their ultimates coming back up, but Flash is largely in favor of WE, and WE control the choke points. Better situation for them.
Ghost and Ragnarok on Monkey, but not that much support, so could end up going a bit deep without the tools to keep himself alive. away with it last time with the hero's entrance and the Dawning Shadow hook, though. That's damage and goodbye, Cream. Monkey gonna try and Ragnarok and run away, getting a bit of healing back, but gets knocked up. Does not have that CC immunity and goes
Olaf's
down.
dead. Olaf's
That's
dead.
an important one. Vampire also low. Achu goes wide. Hung trying to get into the backside. Can't quite get onto Taeju.
Bad equalizer. 369 uses that, but WE, need we remind you, bit anti-clutch around big objectives. That's been one of their biggest loss conditions. Atakan, not finished. What that means, Jackie-Love, another 10 and 225 caught now. So Jackie-Love has his burn, has the true damage coming through if he hits people with that Q. That is important. W, on the whole, controlling the bot side river better. Managed to force top Esports to take a dangerous route in. Equalizer onto 3 is not bad. Bloodletter comes in. Locket used to shrug off a lot of the damage, though.
While though, it's going to force them off the river. Cream into the back of the pit. Dawning Shadow, though. Cream for members. Cream looking for an angle, but they've already got the dragon and the jungler. Massive turnaround as Cream goes flashing on in. Doesn't find that much value. Only brings down Vampire's Nautilus. Hung gets pulled back, as does not the Cream, who goes down again. Alex got his head in his hand because Cream finds nothing with the flank.
Cream really struggling to get value. The mid lane of top Esports gets in too late to the fight, and Monkey's XP gold is one thing. 3 grub push from WE. They could look towards just pushing towards inhib turret, actually, if they stay long enough.
Absolutely do that. Monkey.
Oh, the choke point controlled by top Esports for one.
Hang on, flash over the wall from Vampire. Gets the death charge onto Kanavi. Flashes out himself. Needs to try and stay alive. The hero's entrance comes on down. Kanavi hooked up. Needs to try and stay alive at the backline. Monkey's in there. Kills Jackie. Trades his life for it. But the smolder is down. And Taeyu continue to run at Cream. Gets the stun onto basically no one that matters. Hung goes down. Taeyu still firing. Tippers is there and it means nothing. As WE shoot the skulls of top Esports. It's an ace.
Top Esports fall apart around the Atakan. They don't have the damage on the Smolder, who has been utterly diffed by Taeun. Around that Atakan, which is something which we've criticized them for in the past. I think their objective setup has been a little better, knowing that they can just kind of press the button and run at you when it comes to it. Dragon's coming up in 30 seconds. Hang on a second, there's an ult being thrown in topside. Cube doesn't have flash. He could be dead unless he uses the ultimate.
The equalizer comes on down, trying to get on that, what the ult does!
Kanavi didn't have the reactivation of the Cyclones, the only cancel they had. Cube does use the ultimate, which is important. This is kind of cooldown counting. You now no longer have that ultimate. Why is they choosing not to commit towards that dragon?
Soul point coming on through. You know what Olaf really needs? Aside from a hero's entrance and a Dawning Shadow.
Does have the Void Staff on top of having the passive shred from the ultimate as well. So that's definitely going to be...
Baron now being threatened by top Esports. The wards in the back of the pit make this a bit interesting. Monkey also around level 16. He is actually a little isolated here.
That's a problem. Pops the Ghost early. Has the level 16 ult. Hung coming across the side. Talia trying to wall up to the plate.
It's level 16. Can get here pretty damn fast. Monkey's getting turned on, as is Cube, who goes down. Big important pickup. But all the while, Monkey in the backside on top of the Smolder. Trying to heal up. Can't bring down Jackie, who survives this time. Taeun brings down the Wukong. So it's jungler for jungler. But top Esports still with the man advantage. They're going to get some more value. The last embrace lands, though. Shoved back onto Korea, to 369, who's going very low and goes down. Doesn't quite. Flashes out. Ignite makes it the 1-for-1. It's messy out here. TP behind, though. Taeyu now in danger as Jackie is a flanking dragon. Turns into Smaug. Crash down on Karis, who goes golden. But that just means more for the Dragon Taunt as Jackie picks up another.
He is fire. He is death. And WE get a little bit of dragon sickness as they greed to try and play around. 1,000 gold swing from 2,500 gold down to almost 500 gold up. The barrel will be claimed on 4 members as Kanavi respawns. For the Ocean Soul to...
it might be for Monkey. It's the only person I can see if he gets that extra bit of healing.
However,
and
actually in the regen, his ult might just fall off as well.
Exactly.
So, pushing up mid lane. This might be too far. You might have put yourselves into a bit of a problem here.
Oh, the equalizer is rough. Mom comes on through. Taeun healing best he can. Brings down Kanavi to low, but not down. Back end of the play, though. W comes in. Jackie gets a couple. Still got a bit of a cheer to work with, not taken out. They get it. He executes. Jackie burns out so damn many, and Cream finally turns up in a fight.
How does Jackie-Love not die? He doesn't even pop his GA. What was a magnificent flick back from Karis into the ultimate from Cube should have saved the day, but WE, late game is their foe. They cannot get it done in the late game. They are anti-clutch, and top Esports, despite the shakes, despite the stumbles, may just start the split 5-0 and send WE to 0-5.
Somehow, someway, top Esports will clutch it again. The 5-0 is theirs, but again, to the knowers, to the viewers, to the LPL enjoyers, you see the cracks, you remember last split, and you just have to wonder, don't you?
It's heartbreak for WE. They should have felt like